Hello students, welcome to grammar class. In this video, we are going to learn what is a voice, types of voice and fundamental rules to change the active voice into passive voice. இந்த வீடியோவில் நம்ம என்ன பார்க்க போகிறோம்னா வாய்ஸ்னா என்ன, அதோட டைப்ஸ்னா என்ன, அது இல்லாமல் ஸ்டெப் பை ஸ்டெப்பாக எப்படி ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸ்லேருந்து பாசிவ் வாய்ஸ்க்கு நம்ம சேஞ்ச் பண்ணுறது அந்த ரூல்ஸ்னால் நம்ம பார்க்க போகிறோம் இந்த வீடியோவில். Voice. Voice is the term used to describe whether a verb is active or passive. That means verb is been describing whether it is active or passive. Nothing but verb என்றது நமக்கு action தான். ஸோ ஆக்டிவாக எப்படி நம்ம கண்டுபிடிக்கணும்னா doer of the action இல்லைனா performer of the action. Action nothing but இங்கே verb தான். அந்த type of sentence we say as active voice. Same way when you see about the passive voice means he will be the receiver of the action. Appo that type of sentence we say as passive voice. Next we'll see about the types. Voice is divided into two types, that is active voice and passive voice. Active voice means when the subject of the verb is doing the action of the verb is said to be in the active voice. That means the subject இருக்கிறா இல்லையா, doer of the action இருப்பாங்க இல்லை performer of the action போது அந்த verb we are saying it as active voice. So we can see the pattern also what they are given, subject, action and object. You can see the atom what the subject is doing the action, what the action from on whom it has been done on the object. See the example, the dog bite the postman. Dog is a subject, bite is the verb and the postman is the object. Verb is nothing but the action. All action words are verb only. So what the dog is performing the action, it is biting whom the postman. So this type of pattern we say as active voice. Usually the structure of the active voice will be subject, verb and object. One, passive voice. When the subject of the verb is being acted upon, the verb is said to be in the passive voice. That means the subject will receive the action or being acted upon. That type of verb we say as passive voice. You can see the pattern also what they are given, object, action and subject. So we saw this in active voice the pattern how it was being subject, action and object. So object and subject are being interchanged but action is not interchanged, it is in that place only. So example, the postman is bitten by the dog. So postman is what is receiving the action, bitten. So this we can say as a passive voice. So the pattern between the active voice and the passive voice, we said already object is being interchanged into subject and subject is being interchanged into the object place. But the tense alone is not being changed, that is the verb is not being changed. Means if it is in the present tense in the active voice also, in the passive also it will be present tense. If it is past tense in the active voice means even in the passive voice also it will be past tense. So there won't be any change in the tense. Same way the meaning also will not be changed when you change active voice into passive voice. You see the example, in the active voice what we saw, the dog bite the postman. Here we are saying the postman is bitten by the dog. So there is any change in the meaning. That means what we are saying, interchanging only the subject and the object, but the verb is as it is. So there won't be any change in the meaning also. So the voice of a verb tells us whether the subject is acting or being acted upon. Acting means active voice. Acted upon means passive voice. So it depends on the subject. It is an active voice or it is a passive voice. All sentence can be active voice, but all sentence cannot be passive voice. Only in two cases we can use the passive voice. That is, first case is when you don't know the subject. That means when you don't know the means, எப்போ நமக்கு subject தெரியாதோ, that time we can use the passive voice. For example, my wallet was stolen. My wallet is the object, was stolen is a verb. So we don't have the subject here. So we are giving more importance to the object and the verb. So in that case we can use the passive voice. Another case we can see when you want to give more importance to the action rather than the subject who performed the action. That means we are giving importance for the action, not for the subject. So here one example we have, the motorbike is being repaired. So the motorbike is a subject, is being repaired is the verb and we don't have the object. And we are giving more importance to the verb, that is the action in this sentence. So in this case also we can use the passive voice. We are going to see about the fundamental rules to change active voice into passive voice. What are the steps we are going to do? From active voice and the passive voice, எப்படி நம்ம change பண்ணுறோம்? First step you see, interchange the subject and the object. அப்படின்னா நம்ம ஏற்கனவே நான் சொல்லியிருக்கேன்ல, ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸ்லையும் பேசிவ் வாய்ஸ்னால் சப்ஜெக்ட் வந்து ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸில் இருந்தோன்னா ஆப்ஜெக்டாக வந்து பேசிவ் வாய்ஸில் போகும். அதே ஆப்ஜெக்ட் வந்து ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸில் இருந்ததுன்னா சப்ஜெக்டாக passive voice now. So you have to interchange the subject and the object. That means subject will be there, verb will be there, plus object. So we are interchanging this, that is the direction. That is subject will go last in the passive voice and the object will come in the first. So we are interchanging the subject and the object. The second one we are seeing step 2, that is change the verb into passive form. So we have to change the verb, means we are not going to change entirely. If it is in the present tense, means it will be in the present tense only. But what we are going to add means just we are going to add the past participle, that is the V3 form. That is the V3. So that is only there is a change. So active voice in the change into passive voice means we are not going to entirely change the verb, that is a tense. It will be changed into the passive form, that is the third form of verb. It will be only in the present tense. One, simple tenses, that means simple present tense. Is used for the singular person and am is used for I only, and are will be used for the plural form of the subject. And at last we are adding what? The V3 form. That is V3 form is nothing but past participle. The next one is simple past tense, means was will be used for the singular person, where will be used for the plural person. Along with that we are using the V3 form, that is past participle. In simple future, will or shall will be used, plus along with that we are adding what? The be and the third form of the verb. So in the active voice to passive voice, when you change, the tenses are not being changed, but what we are adding means extra we are adding only the V3 form of verb. Next one, continuous tenses. In continuous tenses, what means? In the present continuous tense means is used for the singular person, am is used for the I, and are is used for the plural person. Along with that we are adding is what? Being. Being means we are using the verb, verb having ing verb. So that time we are adding as being plus third form of verb. Same way in the past tense, was is used for singular person and where is used for the plural person. Along with that we are adding what? The being. So that is a verb containing ing, and plus we are using the third form of verb. Next one, perfect tenses. In in the present perfect tense, has is used for the singular person, that is for he, she and it. And if it is name coming, we will use the has, and have is a plural form. For I will add the have only, plus being, because it is third form of verb, already will have, so that we are adding what? Means being. Same way in the past tense, past perfect tense, had, singular, plural, or if it is anything means we will use only had plus being plus third form of the verb. Next step we are going to see that we have to add by after the verb. That means after the subverb coming means we have to add what? Means the by. That is a preposition by we have to add there. Step 4, write the subject. That means first we are writing in the passive voice the object. In the last we are writing the subject. Step 5, if any remaining part of the sentence is left out means we have to write in the last. If the subject is pronoun in the active voice, then it must be changed as follows in the passive voice. That means subject வந்து ப்ரோனோனில் வந்து ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸில் வந்து இருந்தான்னா எப்படி பாசிவ் வாய்ஸில் நம்ம சேஞ்ச் பண்ணணும் பார்த்திங்கன்னா ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸ் அண்ட் பாசிவ் வாய்ஸ். இப்போ ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸில் ஐன்னு இருந்ததுன்னா ப்ரோனோன், நம்ம ஹவ் யூ சேஞ்சிங் பை மீ. அதே வின்றது என்ன சேஞ்ச் பண்ணோன்னா பை எஸ், யூன்றது பை யூ, ஹீன்றது பை ஹிம்ன்றது நம்ம சேஞ்ச் பண்ணுறோம். So I means by me, we means by us, you means by you, he means by him. She means by her, they means by them, it means by it, and who means by whom. We are changing in the active voice means in the passive we are changing like this way. The next one we are saying if the object is pronoun in the active voice, it must be changed as follow in the passive voice. அப்படின்னா நம்ம முன்னாடி வந்து சப்ஜெக்ட் ப்ரோனவுனாக இருந்தால் ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸில் எப்படி வந்து பாசிவ் வாய்ஸில் சேஞ்ச் பண்ணும். இப்போ ஆப்ஜெக்ட் ப்ரோனவுனாக இருந்தால் ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸில் எப்படி பாசிவ் வாய்ஸில் சேஞ்ச் பண்ணுறோன்னு பார்த்துக்கோங்க. ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸ் அண்ட் பாசிவ் வாய்ஸ். மீன்றது ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸில் இருந்தால் we are changing into I. Us means we, you means you, him means he, her means she, it means it only, them means they. We are changing. So from active voice the pronoun we are changing into passive voice like this way. Students, for a better understanding I have written separately the note. When it is a present tense singular noun we will write is, for I we will write am, for plural noun we will write are. Same way for the past tense, if it is a singular noun we will write was, and plural noun we will write were. For the future tense I and we will write only shall be. For others like they, you means we will write will be. Present perfect tense, singular means we will write has only. Already I have made a note that when it is coming he, she, it and they means we will write only has. It is a plural means we will write only have. For I alone we will write only have. Okay students, in this video we have learnt voice, types of voice and fundamental rules. In the next video we will learn how to change the active voice into passive voice in simple present tense, present continuous tense and present perfect tense. Thank you students for watching this video. Thank you.